The Ohio State Buckeyes just quietly made these smart moves. Let's talk about it. My name's Paul.
And I'm Aaron.
And we are the Big Ten guys. Tune in daily for news, insights, analysis, anything you could ever want Big Ten. This is the channel for you. So Aaron, tell them what they need to do.
All you guys have to do is hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and hit the like button. And I guarantee you, if you hit the like button, bare minimum, the Ohio State Buckeyes will repeat as national champions.
Wow.
As I'm looking at my lawyer right now, I cannot say that. So just hit the like button just because, and maybe they will win the national championship.
And if they do,
again.
it's because of us.
It's
because
of
you.
And it's because of you, because you hit the like button.
Worth
so don't
shot.
miss out. Now, the Ohio State Buckeyes, their athletic office, their administration has made some big changes to the in-game experience in the shoe. And before you exit out of this and say, okay, whatever, I don't need to know this, I will say it's pretty important, and I wish as a Michigan State fan we did more stuff like this because, again, we play NCAA football, NCAA 26. Stadium pulse is high, especially when you go into a place like Happy Valley, the Shoe, the Big House. I would love to say Spartan Stadium, but it's not always like that. But anyways, when you do things like this that we're going to talk about, it only helps out the team as well as the fan experience. So, Paul, we're going to jump right into it. First and foremost, the victory bell ringing, not necessarily going to shock the incoming opponents like Texas, August 30th. But one of the bigger things I would say is, one, the towels. If you look back to the Pittsburgh Steelers, the terrible towel, that's a big thing, intimidating. It gets everyone up involved. That's one of the biggest things. If you can get everyone standing when we're talking over 100,000 fans, that is huge, especially going up against a team like the Longhorns will be big. You need fans on your side.
And then into the color outs, I think one of the big things from us, first, it's going to be awesome. So it looks like they're going to be all scarlet against Texas, helmet stripe against Ohio. It'll probably look cool. But then the blackout against Penn State. Not only are those just going to look absolutely awesome, but those are probably your two biggest games this year.
Three. Come on, don't disrespect the Bobcats.
Yeah, sorry. How dare I disrespect the Bobcats? But if you can get the crowd just rocking for this game, for those games, it's huge. Like, I remember watching clips of the Nebraska-Colorado game last year, and Nebraska had like this crazy drone show, and they did all this special stuff for that big game. The crowd atmosphere was just electric, and they ran Colorado right off the field. Like, sometimes when you have all that hype rolling and the crowd's going crazy, it really does make an impact on the game. And I'll never forget, if you haven't watched the show before, I'm a Michigan fan. I remember there was one whiteout game that people keep posting on Twitter every year, and I have to keep reliving it, where Michigan comes out to a whiteout game at Penn State and gets a false start on the first play of the game because they can't communicate their signals, they can't hear anything, and it's just like the crowd is just such a big advantage. And when you play number 1 in the coaches poll Texas and number 3 in the coaches poll Penn State, that's big time. Like, Arch Manning is going to have the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's the second coming of Joe Montana or whoever you want.
Whoever you want to say.
Everybody, the hype train is going crazy for him, and he is going to have to come into the shoe. The crowd's going to be rocking, and I think that is a huge advantage for Ohio State.
And we have to remember, this is Arch Manning's first big-time start. So you know that Ohio State wants to throw everything at them, obviously on the football field, but also from the fans, get them involved as much as possible. So I think this is only big. Again, I wish that more teams would jump on this and try to get their fans to do stuff like this. I have kids at school. We live in the state of Michigan. I have kids at school, a handful, not many, that are Penn State fans just because of the whiteouts. And they're like, dude, that is one of the hardest places to play, even though Ohio State proves they can easily go in and win. But that's beside the point. Doing this for these big games, going to be awesome, going to be big, and is going to give the Buckeyes an edge against these big-time teams.
Yeah, and it's just fun. They're so much fun to watch those games. And I know the second I say I'm a Michigan fan, 90% of you Ohio State fans hate my guts. But I think the one thing we can agree on is those whiteout games in Happy Valley suck. And I love that Penn State, in the year that this is like the highest hype they've ever had, and you're going to give them a taste of their own medicine. I'd love to see Ohio State be like, have 2-3 losses in that game, not only as a Michigan fan, but just to like ruin their season the way Penn State has ruined some of Michigan and Ohio State's seasons with those crazy whiteouts. I don't think you're going to be a 2 or 3 loss team then, but mainly I just love that you're giving Penn State in their biggest season ever a taste of their own medicine.
100%. And when we look at the schedule too specifically, and we talked about this a little bit when we talked about Nebraska, and you might laugh when we say that, but again, we're giving people a realistic outlook at the playoffs. And if we talk about the playoffs last year, the worst record was Clemson at 10-3. They were 9-3 going in the ACC championship game. They win that automatic bid into the playoff. And we know the ACC was absolutely rough. And the Big Ten is going to be a slugfest. It's going to be tough. But we look at this, and so we say bare minimum to get into the playoff, you got to be 10-2. And so I truly believe Ohio State has Texas's number. I do not think Texas is as good as people think. If you watched our episode the other day, we talked specifically about the Big Ten in the coaches poll, why we thought it was off, it wasn't right, a lot of different shocking things that were in it. But again, they want Texas to be 1, Ohio State to be 2. You might say, well, Aaron, it's the coaches poll. Let's be real. The interns are the ones who fill it out, and they're pretty much told what to do. Anyways, you look at the schedule. Texas is a tough game. There's a handful of games on here that are sneaky. Washington, Damon Williams is tough. Minnesota, that can be tough. Illinois returns a ton.
That's probably a top 10 team on the road by the time you play them. That's
correct.
A tough game.
Illinois should be really good. Wisconsin, I think, is taking a step back. But then you have Penn State. Luckily, you have a bye week before Penn State, but you come in, and I think the place will be rocking in the shoe for that. And then you kind of got a walk in the park. And then Michigan, I just don't see Ohio State losing to them again, Paul. I'm going to tell you right now.
A lot of people said that last year.
Okay, buddy. We'll have some words after this video. So anyways, you look at that, and I think Ohio State has a very realistic road to even undefeated, but I would tell you bare minimum 10-2. And so there might be a game in there that they're surprised by, you could say an Illinois or even a Washington or Minnesota, but I doubt that. I think Ohio State is gonna dominate once again this year.
Yeah, and I think with Texas and Penn State, and Illinois, that's probably 3 top 10 teams on your schedule. Michigan's top 15 right now, 10-2, and you're not even sweating it out on selection day. You're in the playoffs, Big Ten championship or not.
100%. Comment below. Tell us what you think. The changes, the environment, whatever the heck it might be. Maybe something we didn't talk about, you want to talk about that is enhancing the fan experience. Comment below. Would love to hear you guys. Again, hit the subscribe button on your way out. Paul, anything else?
Now just hit that subscribe button, like button. We'll catch you next time with a lot more Ohio State and Big Ten content.
Peace.
See ya.